As much as I take no delight in the loss of any life, I don't like people being killed. I'm a very peaceful person. Anybody who knows me understand that that was how my father brought me up. My father's palace is called Omudo's Palace. My father is a peacemaker. I grew up in the village, very close to my father. And I watch him adjudicate on cases. I see him judge cases. My father never ever advocated for any confrontation of any sort. All his life that I've known him. All his life that I've known him. So I'm a man of peace. I take no delight in the loss of any life, especially when it concerns Biafra. Because those being killed by Boko Haram, or should I say Al-Qaeda or ISIS, are all Biafrans. I want you to understand this, and this night I will attempt to explain what is actually going on that some of you don't know. I find it very laughable that the almighty Nigerian army that brought armored personnel carriers to my house, they brought 2 fighter jets, they brought 2 helicopter gunships, they brought a battalion of soldiers to my house to kill me and my men, to kill my parents. But I had no guns. It's only a microphone that I use. My father is a traditional ruler. He doesn't have a gun in his house. The people that came to see me, my men, we only carry Biafran flag. But the Nigerian army deployed a full battle group to come to my house to kill me. Now, this is why I keep telling you all the time that black Africans have something wrong with their brain. And I will explain to you the reason why I say this all the time. You came to the house of somebody that has no gun with a full battleship. Should I say a battle group? Helicopter gunships, 2 Air Force jets, and a battalion of soldiers with armored personnel carriers to come to my house to kill me for no reason. Nobody revoked my bail. Absolutely, I had done nothing wrong. If I did something wrong, Bintan Yaka would have recalled my bail, but I did nothing wrong. Everything I did was within the confines of the Constitution of Nigeria, even as flawed as it is. They came to my house to kill me. And now, you have Boko Haram in the so-called Sambisa forest. Why don't you deploy all these armaments and armory to go and fight Boko Haram? Why are you looking for IPOB and civilians? When you see IPOB walking on the road, you see them, they lie down, they take aim. It's like they're in a battlefront. And how can you derive any joy as a soldier killing unarmed innocent people? Is that what you were trained to do? Now that Boko Haram is killing you people in Sambisa forest, what have you done? Nothing! I saw a Yoruba army officer crying on video. Did you see it? Our equipment is not good though, but when you come to kill Nnamdi Kanu, when you come to attack IPOB, all the equipments are working. But when it comes to you defending yourselves against an equally armed opponent, you start crying, "Is Shagarida bought equipment for us?" Do you see their hypocrisy? Do you see why I call that place a zoo? I take no delight in Boko Haram killing anybody. But there is something I must tell the world this evening that some of you don't know. Boko Haram was like IPOB before. Do you know that? They were peaceful, agitating for an Islamic state in the northeast. Understand this very well. I don't know who feeds foreign governments their news. I don't know what the ambassadors are doing in Nigeria because they lie to their governments. I'm sorry to say this. Most ambassadors in Nigeria, they lie to their host governments. My joy and happiness is that the whole world is listening to this very broadcast, including every powerful country in the world. Do you know that Boko Haram was peaceful? They won't tell you that. Boko Haram didn't just wake up one morning and become a terrorist group. Something caused it to happen, and what is that thing? The same thing they tried to do to me. The day they came to my house, I can assure you, had they killed me, Nnyamwood and his family would be dead by now. The same thing with every governor in the southeast, and they know this very well. Now, if had they succeeded in killing me on the 14th of September, What do you think IPOB will do? Do you think IPOB will fold their arms and just be watching you? No, they come after Nigeria. In a very grand style, I assure you. Worse than Boko Haram. You have all over the world people talking about, oh, Boko Haram is this, that. It is a lie. It was Nigerian government that caused Boko Haram to metamorphose from a peaceful group agitating for a Sharia state in Northeast to a terrorist group. It is the fault of Nigeria. That is the fact of life. Nigeria, out of their stupidity and wickedness, created Boko Haram. Are you following what I'm saying? I hope people are following what I'm saying this night. Do you know how Boko Haram came about? They killed Muhammad Yusuf. Muhammad Yusuf was the founder of Boko Haram. They killed him. What did he do? He said he wants a referendum in the Northeast so that people can follow Sharia. And that is their business. When the white man came, when the British came, they used to call them the Emirates of the North. So they had their Sharia system. It was the British that brought this thing to them, forced them to follow their way of, and they said Boko Haram, Western education is bad. They never meant, not for one day, to pick up arms. It was when the Nigerian police and their army went to Maiduguri, killed Yusuf, started killing people indiscriminately. That was when they picked up arms. So tomorrow they will keep killing IPOB. Any day we say no, enough is enough, and we pick up arms, they say we're a terrorist group. Now, do you understand it? It was Nigeria that caused Boko Haram to tip over to the other side and become an armed militant group. But when people talk about Boko Haram, they talk about Boko Haram from a viewpoint of ignorance. They've done terrible things. I'm not trying to excuse that. Very terrible. But when they were killing Boko Haram members, what did you people say? Nothing. Because the police commissioner will pick up his phone from Maiduguri and call a Yoruba newspaper. I said, these people that are here, they're making trouble, they're trying to kill a policeman. They will just go right. Have you seen the consequences? Do you think, Fulani people are more intelligent than Biafrans? Does anybody think that? Imagine if IPOB were to pick up arms, what would happen? Just think about it for 1 second. We don't want to. All we are asking for is Biafra, peacefully. But you cannot. You cannot, I assure you, intimidate us into abandoning this very effort. They are using, is Turkey that is now supplying them with ammunition. Do you know that? They wonder how we know. They use Turkish Airlines to fly arms into Iguacha, preparing for the onslaught. When it happens, as always, I'll tell you, is there anything I've said before that didn't come to pass? People should, is there anything I've told you before that didn't come to pass? They'll be wondering, how do we know this? They are bringing in weapons into Iguacha using Turkish Airlines. They think we won't know, but we know. We know. And soldiers, we are coming to Jubril. Don't worry, I'm coming to Jubril. And tonight we're going to, I will tell you something that will shock you about Jubril and the dead Buhari. But first of all, we must deal with this, because there seems to be a lot of misconceptions about what is happening in Nigeria. After politicians in Nigeria, the next set of worst people are those they claim are their service chiefs, those in the army and the police. And after that, you have Yoruba journalists. They are absolutely evil. Evil beyond evil. What they do is they connive to keep the fake one Nigeria going because of what they get. Some of them think that without oil and gas and the presence of Biafrans, the Fulanis will overrun them within a week. That's their fear. And they know that's what's going on. Instead of them to be very civil about it, to say, oh, please, don't go. Because if you go, we are the mercy now of Fulani Caliphate. They keep twisting and turning, twisting and turning, twisting and turning. Deceiving themselves and not us. As I was saying about the army. There was an attack. Was it yesterday they attacked the army, or was it 2 days ago? You know why I need to ask is because I need to clarify with the people out there so they can be following us. I know it's 2 days ago. But I still ask. Because you find out a lot of things by asking questions. Now, 2 days ago, an army formation was attacked in Sambisa Forest, so they claim. First, they said it was Boko Haram. Later on during the day, they changed. They said, no, it's now ISIS. Do you know why they changed it from Boko Haram to ISIS? Because they claimed before the United Nations that they have weakened Boko Haram. They have been technically defeated. In other words, if they stand up and say that that very audacious attack was carried out by Boko Haram, the world will laugh at them. So now they said it's ISIS because ISIS has a reputation. It fights governments. So the world can feel sorry for them. So Trump can give them helicopters. So that Britain can even supply more arms. So that arms can come from Turkey and from China. And when you give them these arms, they do nothing with it. They use it to kill only civilians. Now, let me tell you what happened about the attack. I say this to the military intelligence in Nigeria. If you claim ISIS carried out the attack, then the people that carried out the attack is the direct creation of the late Muhammadu Buhari. Ask me why and I will tell you. Do you know who is ISIS? In the zoo. What they tried to do with IPOB and failed, they tried the same thing with Boko Haram and failed as well. And I will tell you what it is. Nigeria government brought out from prison, mind you, the son of that same Muhammad Yusuf that founded Boko Haram. Because Buhari pleaded with Boko Haram. I know them very well. I know Boko Haram very well. Buhari pleaded with Boko Haram to stop attacking mosques in Maiduguri and in the north. Boko Haram said no, that these were the preachers and the imams that sold them out to the zoo police and to the army. So, you know what Buhari did? He decided to create another faction. If you remember, go back to Google and search. They created another version of Boko Haram. But the name couldn't stick. Because Shekau came out to make a video saying, I am still in control, I'm still in charge. They now quietly moved them away to the ideology of ISIS. The person that Buhari used to do it is called Al-Banawi. Al-Banawi is the son of Muhammad Yusuf. He is the one responsible for attacking soldiers in Adamawa and in Gombe. Go and ask anybody that works within the intelligence circles of Nigeria and they will tell you the truth. Who formed ISIS in West Africa? Muhammadu Buhari. How? Because he said, since Shekau is affiliated since Shekau is affiliated to ISIS, that this boy now will be affiliated to Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. I must get this absolutely spot on. So when you're quoting me, you quote me correctly. Shekau took Boko Haram to ISIS. Buhari formed another group to split Boko Haram into two, but he didn't succeed. The group he formed, led by this boy, Al-Banawi, he was in Federal High Court in Abuja. Some of you don't know this. He was released by John Tozo, the same judge that wanted to jail me. They said they had no case to answer. But they have no case to answer. They were released and given funds to challenge Shekau. Of course, Shekau is too strong. They didn't succeed. They affiliated their group to Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. Understand this very well.